1 second while we fine tune this. Alright, we're still trying to adjust this. Alright. Not sure if you can see me. Alrighty. So, the topic of discussion for tonight is spying. And I'm not going to go a whole lot into it, because it's something you don't really talk about, and spies get killed, But I tell you what, I was out here tonight. I said I was going to head on out here and spy on a couple of people. I said, and it brought me to thinking. I said, where's the line drawn between spying and not spying? And I said, well, I guess it depends on who you're spying on. Nobody likes a snitch. You know what I'm saying? Nobody likes a snitch. But it was brought to my attention by a colleague. I've got a colleague. She stays at a residential place, an apartment. And, she hears a lot of guys, yelling and fighting. Sometimes she's moaning and groaning. And it's like, I'm not trying to, bug in anybody's head. But it's like, well, what if she gets aroused and she starts listening to the neighbors and, getting sexually aroused, listening to the neighbors? Is that spying? Because I don't know. There's a big difference between spying and snitching. You know what I'm saying? Another question they asked me was, what about situational awareness, SA? Said, well, it's the same thing about, I spoke to a Jewish gentleman, and he happened to be a Russian Jew. And he would talk about walking from school in the snow, and there was a lot of violence, a lot of persecution. But it wasn't popular to look behind you if you thought you were being tailed. And they would come up behind you and they'd beat you up. And the guy who told me the story, he said he was scared, but he never looked behind him. And, his books dropped. And even in that period, you don't want to look at the guy, because it's no different than being in the joint. When you're in the jailhouse, it's like, hey man, are you eyeballing me? Are you eye fucking me? Why are you looking in my box? Guys get beat up over that. And when it gets to a point where you have to go live in, well, everybody's got their name for the place. I try not to be proud, but, shared housing, apartments, things of that nature, trailer parks, even condominiums. I tell you what, there's a rich man's ghetto and there's a poor man's ghetto. I wouldn't live in one of them gated communities. They got $450,000 houses, and they got a gate for their community. I went over here to a project recently, and they have a gate on their community. And, I've done a bit in the penitentiary. They got a gate on their community. So it seems like there's something else at work here. Obviously they need gates to, keep crooks in and keep cops out, or vice versa. I heard one warden, a good warden, tell us in the penitentiary. He said, these fences are a lot of times not to keep you in, but to keep people out. And whoa, would you get a look at that? Speak of the devil, look at this facility. That ain't what is that? Can you see this? You see that, man? Look at this facility out here. I'm hunting in the woods. I said it might be. Now, is that spying? Oh, yeah. You go to the brig. You'll go to jail for that. Like, what if this was a secret government installation? Is that spying? Oh, absolutely, probably, But if you're dealing with, like, say, for example, neighbor, I have a strict no snitch policy as long as it doesn't affect me. I have heard some gnarly shit over my lifetime, and I tell you what, a lot of times it's best just not to talk about it. People are going to come after you, and they're going to get you, and they're going to kill you, and they're going to torture you. So, the best bet, like I said, I try to maintain a no snitching policy when dealing with certain things. And I'll bless you with a pearl that I learned from my DI. He always said, don't be distracted by shit that does not concern you. So I guess what we're doing right now is we're talking about situational awareness. If you're living in an apartment or a trailer park, you're probably going to hear a lot of violence, domestic violence. There's probably going to be some drugs. There's probably going to be maybe some child abuse, animal abuse. But you just, don't be a snitch. If you want to make it, mind your own P's and Q's. But I tell you what, we're going to go and we're going to try to infiltrate this facility and see what exactly it is. Rumor has it it's a wastewater treatment facility. We don't know that. But I've been out here hiking. And what we're going to try to do is try to figure out how to infiltrate this complex and donate some money. I said, whoa, you see that? I don't think there'll be a whole lot of infiltrating this complex. You see what I'm looking at? Look at how deep that ditch is, man. It's full of water. It looks like it's got a barbed wire fence extending around the facility. So I guess, we're going to leave that at that. I just figured I'd touch upon that for a minute and see what you had to say. Type in the comments below and let me know where minutes and trailer parks and jail cells and even gated communities. I mean, I get these rich guys out here. They're like, what the fuck? I just dropped 200 grand to move in this community, and there's a dog shit in my grass I gotta pick up. And I go out here to beat the dog, and basically they call the cops on me. I was like, man, ain't that something? I said, man, I go to work, and the teenage boys are fucking my old lady while I'm gone. And next thing you know, the cops are coming. Your kids want to go hang out with Joe Dope Dealer. because his kids done got him on coke, and they're trying to say you touched him because they want a new daddy. The wife divorces you, and they take the house, and they put your ass out pasture. And that's just how it is for males in America, you know. They want you, and they will use you, and they will get rid of you if you let them. So, you know, you got to be situationally aware. If you ain't paying attention, you know what's... Whoa! Holy shit, we got people spying on us. We got cops coming. You see that? Better get the fuck out of here. That's another thing. If you're spying on some people, don't get caught. You know, if you're running drugs or you're running guns, you know, I'm not an armchair gun runner. I could be. You know, I've never run guns, but I'm telling you, you know, you don't get caught, man. You don't get in a real jam. But if you're interested in running guns, you know, man, I don't want to set you up for this. Actually, do not do this. Do not search for the SF-86. And do not search for anything related to gun running, spying, tradecraft, the government, anything of that nature, because you're going to kill your chance of getting in the car. You may get you may lose it listening to me, but they don't offer you a lot of options. You know, I went down the hole, and it didn't work out well for me. So, and the young bloods that get off aren't peeping. You know, you just gotta, you know, hang out. But I gotta go. You take it easy.